Hello everyone, it is Jayden and welcome to The Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in pop culture and sports. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button on the video, and if you enjoy my commentary and myself truly as always, be sure to tap that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya. The man Chris Evans, our lovely Captain America, was teased early on, probably about a year ago, maybe not so much, about 10 months ago. There was a bunch of sources floating around that pretty much confirmed that he was going to be in Avengers Doomsday and coming back in some way, form, or fashion. I actually made a video about it. Actually, no, now that I think, that was actually back in November and December, so that was only 6 months ago. Because I remember making a video about it. And a lot of people were speculating that he was going to come back as a Hydra variant. I, for one, possibly thought that, given the fact they already have Sam Wilson's Captain America in the movie. But he was on a press tour for his new movie that he was having, and he doubled down on the fact that he has recently, saying that he is not going to be in Avengers Doomsday. Let's get to the article here. Chris Evans has finally addressed his absence from Avengers Doomsday in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Star has an emotional response to it. Evans has become synonymous with the MCU, turning into one of the faces of the franchise alongside RDJ, Iron Man. However, while his Marvel co-star will lead Avengers Doomsday cast as Doctor Doom, Evans has claimed in the past that he is not in the Avengers film and that his time as Steve Rogers has come to an end. Now that filming for the MCU's next Avengers movie has begun, Evans has addressed his absence. Speaking with Screen Rant's Liam Crowley about his new movie Materialist, Chris Evans opened up about how he feels over not being in Avengers Doomsday. According to the actor, there is a sadness related to his absence, as it means Evans will not be part of the story his Captain America directors, the Russo brothers, are crafting with RDJ and the rest of the cast for the upcoming movie. Screen Rant asked this question, Chris, what's the over-under on how many times you've been asked about Steve Rogers today? Chris Evans stated, you know what? It hasn't really happened. You might be the first. Screen Rant asked him, I know you're not going to confirm or deny anything with anything Avengers related, but I will ask now that Downey and the Russos are coming back as friends and outside of his colleagues. Have you talked to them since they signed the dotted line? Chris Evans said, yeah, I talk to them all the time. It's where Pedro is right now. I mean, it's sad to be away. It's sad not to be back with the band, but I'm sure they're doing something incredible, and I'm sure it's going to be that much harder when it comes out and you feel like you weren't invited to the party. All right. So, in his comments, Mr. Chris Evans was basically stating that, from what I'm getting with this, he sounds like he wants to play Captain America again. And do I think Chris Evans is returning for Doomsday? I don't. I think he is going to show up in Secret Wars, though. Because here's the thing. What they're building a foundation for right now, we know that Chris Evans could come back to play Captain America. Because we're trying to figure out right now as we speak, how is the old X-Men coming back? And they're teasing that more characters might be coming back from that universe, from other universes as well. So there is a way that Chris Evans can come back to play the role. But will he be back specifically for Doomsday? I don't think so. He could possibly be in a post-credit scene. But for this movie, and this movie alone, he obviously wouldn't team up with the OG Avengers. Well, with the new Avengers team, with Pedro Pascal and them, and Sebastian Stan, Thunderbolts, and Sam Wilson, and everybody else, that Avengers squad, there's no way as of right now in this moment, because right now Steve Rogers is still in the MCU. He's not dead. Okay, it's not a Robert Downey Jr. thing. It's not an Iron Man, Tony Stark thing to where Tony Stark is actually dead. Steve Rogers is technically alive. Okay. Could there be some weird side plot that they could pull up in Avengers Doomsday for him to go back in time and redo his time at Peggy Carter and actually show up in Avengers Doomsday as Captain America? Could they do that? Yes, but I don't think they want to do that because I think that Marvel is wanting to put Sam Wilson at the forefront of an Avengers movie. Me personally, I don't think that's possibly a good idea. Me personally, but they're going to do that. And I do think that he's going to come back for Secret Wars. Because I've stated this on many occasions, okay? In order for Doomsday and Secret Wars at this point to do good, they have got to get some nostalgia grab going for these movies, okay? Why was it that Deadpool and Wolverine has been really the only super successful movie Marvel has put out since Endgame? Outside of Spider-Man No Way Home. It is because Deadpool and Wolverine was, number one, it was a good movie. And it was nostalgia, okay? You had Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine. You had Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. And then you had the amount and abundance of cameos that it had. That is the reason why the movie went on to make $1 million and become one of the biggest R-rated movie of all time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or one of. So when you're going into Doomsday, you already started the nostalgia grab. You announced that the OG X-Men is coming back. You're teasing the fact that they're going to wear their authentic costumes. And you have announced publicly that at this point, all the cast has not been announced. So one can surmise a possibility there where, okay, Chris Evans could be coming back. Because I'm trying to figure out right now, is the TVA going to be involved to get the X-Men into the 616 universe, I guess is what they're calling the regular Marvel universe? I don't know. Is Franklin Richards going to be a component of this? I don't know. We already know by the end of the post-credit scene in at the end of the post-credit scene in Thunderbolts, that the Fantastic Four has time traveled to some way, form, or capacity to the regular Marvel universe. So one can argue that somebody's got the power to get regular Steve Rogers from old back to young. Okay? So there's a way. But do I think that it's going to happen in Doomsday? I don't. I think it's going to happen in Secret Wars. That is my theory. I am not totally, though, ruling out the idea of him coming in Doomsday. Because if he does come and reprise his role as Captain America in Doomsday, it will be minor. It might be another nostalgia grab type thing where it might be short, sweet, little cameo type thing. That's my theory. But I do think in Avengers Secret Wars, he is going to have a profound role. Just like I think the characters like Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, like those characters are going to have a major role. I don't think they are going to be in Doomsday. They have not been announced in the cast. Alongside the Matt Murdock's, the Kingpin, Punisher, and all those characters have not been announced in Doomsday as well. I think they're going to be used in a bigger capacity in Secret Wars. And given Chris Evans' comments, I mean, he is a great actor. And given the time frame right now, that even knowing Pedro Pascal was not at this media tour that he was on, and that he was away actually filming for Doomsday, you can probably think at this moment that he's probably not in the film. Although he might be hiding it. Okay. because, you know, you can come in last minute and film something for him at any point. They did delay the movie. So you got a year and some change to actually get Chris Evans in there at any point and film something for the movie. Okay. But still, I do not think he's going to be in Doomsday, given the reports and the teases earlier on. I think he's going to be in Secret Wars. That is all I have to say about that. What do you guys think about that? Do you think he is going to show up in Avengers Doomsday, or are you like me? Do you think he's going to show up in Secret Wars? I want to know all of your comments down below.